Okay, first off, appreciate how nice this water is. Maui water, where we port, is never this clean and pretty. It's never this blue. I've seen it this blue like twice. So I'm gonna be doing kind of like a series called How Much It Costs to Get Off Ship, but it's gonna be for each of the ports. So today it's how much it costs to get off ship in Kahului, Maui. So I'm gonna walk you around to everywhere I go when I usually get off ship, and I'm going to total up the cost of everything I buy. So my first stop every single time I get off on Maui is to come to Momona, which I always get the name of this coffee shop wrong. Every time people ask me where I go, I'm like, it's like Momona or Manoa or Mana something, and they're always like, oh yeah, I know that one. But they all have the same problem. It's Momona. It should not be this hard, but it is. But they have literally the sweetest people working here, and also the best pastries, and also really good coffee. Like surprising. Usually it's not both. This place it is. I love this place.
So like I said, this is the coffee shop I always go to. It's super, super nice. They have a ton of different pastries, but every time I'm here, I always get the avocado toast, and then usually I'll get some kind of drink on the side. I usually don't get a pastry because that's enough to fill me, but I will every once in a while. So this was me getting probably just an avocado toast, and that's probably it. I doubt I got a drink this time based on that price. But I will come here a lot of the time and get food for my coworkers and stuff like that. So they're super used to me getting like 7 different things and then only eating like one of them and bringing the rest with me. And then this was probably some kind of drink that I got. The people here are super sweet, but they do close at 2, which sucks because then I can't sit there for very long, especially if I don't wake up early enough. So I was here right at lunch, so I only had like 2 hours to sit there. But I'll sit here until they close, and then usually I'll like head to the mall and wander around, and then I'll find somewhere else to go. A lot of times I'll either go to get boba or I'll go back to the ship. But on this day, I decided I was going to check out this farmer's market that's here every single week. I've just never been. There was some interesting stuff, a lot of different food options, which I didn't expect. I got the birria tacos, and I had a cucumber and mint lemonade, and then I spilled literally all of it. I had taken like 2 sips of it, and I was very bummed. But it was way too much money for me to like validate going and buying another one. But it came with like side rice and beans, and that's what I ended up eating. And then I ended up spilling that all over me and making a mess. And then I got a sundae. It was like a strawberry sundae, and I thought it would at least be strawberry puree. But this is legit just the stuff that you use to make strawberry milk, like Hershey's strawberry syrup. So kind of disappointing. But yeah, on an average day off, that's a good idea of how much I would spend. Typically, I'd go somewhere else for dinner, but it would be relatively similar in cost. Also, I just really like looking over at these mountains in the evenings. There's almost always clouds rolling over them with like sunbeams coming through, and it's always so pretty. It doesn't show up on camera as pretty as it is in person, but literally every Sunday evening, I love looking over here. It's not as pretty in the morning, just in the evenings. It's so beautiful. And then I also wanted to show the water because it was a lot more murkier and dirty, but it's really not showing up on camera. But it'll be like brown. So on a day where I just get to hop off during lunch, I get just a little bit of a longer lunch, I'll come here and I'll get avocado toast and a drink. This day I did end up getting a pastry and a drink, and I did end up getting avocado toast but forgot to take a video. And then in the evenings, most Sundays, I will get off and I'll go to this place called Ramen Bones, and I'll get chicken katsu curry, which is what you see here. But I realized that if I order it differently, they have a special where you can get ramen with 2 sides, and so I made one side the curry and one side the chicken katsu, and so then I got all of that plus the ramen. So I was actually really, really happy about it, especially since I got that extra sauce on the side. And so that was the ramen that I got, and I love coming here. I haven't been here in a while because I haven't been like very hungry, but this was one of my favorite places last contract. And then usually after that I'll walk to this boba place, just because it stays open till 10. Nothing else out here really does, but it has a bunch of random knickknacks that I like to look at. Also, they have a claw machine here, and I put $20 in and I won something. And then I was like, well, I have another 20 that I was okay spending. So I spent another 20, got nothing. Then I found out I had 3 $1 bills, spent those, got nothing. But there were these 2 girls that had been watching me, and they got all excited when I won the first one. And usually when I win something from a claw machine, I'll just give it to whatever kid's nearby. I usually don't actually like the prizes. I just like trying to win them. And so I was like, I would give it to one of these girls, but I'd feel bad the other one didn't get anything. So I had a $50 bill, and so I ended up spending that $50, and I like let the girls try, and they end up winning a second thing, and so then they each got their own little like stuffy. And but it was definitely way too much money. I should not be spending that much money on a claw machine.